All right, guys, let's talk about The Fan, which is a movie that I bought on Scream Factory's big sale this year, which is a 1981 thriller starring Lauren Bacall, who plays a star named uh, Sally Ross. I had to look on the Blu-ray. Sally Ross, who is finds herself connected to an obsessed fan who is slowly edging his way into her life in a really creepy way. Now, the big thing I'll say about The Fan is this movie, it's funny because we have movies like Fatal Attraction, Basic Instinct, like these kind of thriller movies, but they were after this one. And I don't know if this is one of the first in terms of similarities to that, but this feels like in the same vein of those, where, except for it's a guy who's the obsessive stalker in this one. Um, the guy who plays the stalker in this, I think, is actually really intimidating and really scary. And I thought that Lauren Bacall is somebody that I didn't really know much of. I knew that she was an old film star. Um, I really knew not much about her. The first time I ever heard of her name was whenever I watched. It was like an audio commentary for for the first Halloween movie, and Jamie Lee Curtis was talking about how her performance is she looks kind of like Lauren Bacall. And then after that, I kind of looked up who Lauren Bacall was, and I didn't know much about her at that time, which was like 10 years ago. About 10 years ago, whenever that commentary came out for Halloween 1978. But I didn't know much about her, so it's interesting in this. I thought that she was really good, and like I said, I don't think I've seen much else of her in movies at all yet. I might in the future, but I think that she's really good in this, and she's really good at being this kind of, not damsel, but being this like scared human being that's in a bad situation with the stalker who does a really good job of stalking her. And this movie is definitely not a gory movie. I kind of thought with the poster it sort of looked like that because this came out in 1981, which was one of the biggest slasher years in history for slashers being made. And of course, when they just started becoming the juggernaut they were in that time, since Friday the 13th kind of, and Halloween, but Friday the 13th more specifically kind of upstarted this almost decade of slashers. They get a slasher every week, or three slashers a week in theaters. But yeah, I thought that this one was really effective. I thought that it also feels classical. It feels like it'd be an older movie than from 1981, and that's cool too. Like it does have a delicacy to it. It does a good job of that. Um, and I'm trying to think if there's anything else because I saw this like a month ago and I forgot to review it. So I really don't know what else to say, but I think that it's a solid, effective thriller, and I thought all the performances were great, and I liked how it just does a really good job of establishing these characters and establishing this really creepy, bizarro stalker guy. And the ending, I think, is creepy and effective too. Like I like how it kind of ends on a note where it just kind of sticks with you, and I like horror movies like that. And this one does a pretty solid job of that. It's a pretty solid little thriller. I enjoyed The Fan. Um, I never know how to end these videos, but I'm ending it now. That's it for today. I'll see you guys later. Take care.